Next up is Hocus 45th. But let me bring Hocus 45th up in a special way. You know, he tries to, come across shy, but if you watch his videos, you know he's not that shy. But since the early 80s, hip-hop music has served as a powerful voice and form of expression for young black audiences and has evolved into a global culture with its own language, style of dress, and mindset. But despite its popularity and appeal for behavioral and physical health programs, many have really failed to use it to speak to the needs and values of youth around the world. Hip-hop artist Hocus range from New York City. He is no stranger to overcoming adversity. The up-and-coming rapper, which I would say you're more up now. You all the way up. Can I use that? Up-and-coming rapper grew up in Castle Hill houses in the South Bronx along with his 7 brothers and 3 sisters. Wow. Heavily inspired by artists such as Tupac and Jay-Z and Notorious B.I.G. That was my era. What do you know about that? The young MC showed a passion for music early on, but the harsh realities of his environment and urban life would steer him down a different course. And at that point, I'm going to bring him up to talk about what avenue he was rolling down and how he came rolling back uphill. Okay, welcome, Hocus.
First, I want to say that I know y'all seen some of my videos, heard some of my lyrics. I don't live what I rap, at least not anymore. You know, some harsh lyrics in there, whatever. But I came here, Dr. Lisa invited me up here to talk basically about what I went through in the past, to how I got here now, and what changes I made to get here. You know what I'm saying? So I got to talk about my life, basically, from the past to the present. I'm originally from Harlem. I know y'all see I'm from Castle Hill, Soundview, but I'm originally from Harlem. My mom's and my father, my father's in the streets. My mom's smoking crack. I usually don't like to talk about that, but she told me I got to give it off. So basically, my family's in the streets, hard body. I remember being like 6 years old, running to my father's room and seeing a gun in the dresser, seeing a Mac 11, too young to even hold it, you know what I mean? Like, those memories stick with me. I remember my mom's leaving us in the crib, just going out to do whatever she had to do. Y'all watch Love and Hip Hop? Anybody here watch Love and Hip Hop? From DC, that's my first cousin. You've probably seen him in the video. And we grew up in the same household together, My grandmother group, our moms were smoking crack, and they used to run out and leave us in the house. And like, as a kid, now I know my mother loved me. She's been clean for over 25 years. I know she loved me, but I felt that lack of love as a kid. You know what I'm saying? So, it was rough. It was a struggle. So, fast forward, let's say I'm about 8 years old now. They still in the streets, hard body. My mom's still on drugs. My father was in the streets. He hustling. I remember running in the crib seeing $1,000 on the table, like, and we wanted to go in foster care. I don't know if a lot of you guys was in foster care here or whatever, but we wanted to go in foster care. They called it ACS now, but it was ECW, I believe, back in the day. They came and looked at the house. It wasn't to their standards, and they took us away. And we was living in Brooklyn. And I remember being in Brooklyn, 8 years old, right? Some kids fronted on us, and our homeboys was like 13, like a little older than me. It was me and 3 of my brothers, and we wanted to go to his brother's house. The kid who was like 13, and his brother actually gave us a gun to go, put in some work. And I think about that now, being 8 years old, ready to go put in some work with a gun. Nothing transpired from it, at that age, whatever, but it just, the mentality was just crazy, and crazy for me back then. Now, my mother and father, they wound up getting clean. My father left the streets. They came and got us from Brooklyn, and that's how we ended up in Castle Hill, We ended up in the projects. Now, my father introduced me to music at like 10 years old. He used to play, his favorite artist, and I fell in love with it. And he introduced me to Tupac, and that's my favorite artist forever. Now, so like 96, my father wound up dying. He was my best friend. He just had a heart attack and he died. You know what I mean? So my mother got 10 kids at this point. We lived in Castle Hill projects. Naturally, we followed daddy's footsteps. We wound up in the street. First, my 2 older brothers, and then me. And now I'm in the streets. I'm selling crack. I'm making money. School. I'm not going to school. Mama not saying that she got to take care of the little ones. You know what I'm saying? So And then I wound up joining the gangs, but I always still was, my passion for rap was always still there, because I always used to go buy like DCDs. I bought a karaoke machine, I used to work on the karaoke machine. So fast forward a little bit, you know, now I'm about 17 years old, I'm gang banging, whatever. But I wound up still, I'm like, in my mind, it always was like, damn, like something felt wrong, so I wanted to get my GED. I wound up going away to college. You know, I did go to college, and I was the first one out the whole family. Everybody all proud, oh, you're going to college. And I was only 17 at the time, going to college. I goes to college, right, and I didn't know. It was Bloods and Crips up there, but I didn't know. So I get a word like, yo, one of the Crips pulled the gun out on the Blood, on the homie. I'm like, word? So my dumb ass go back to the projects, and I'm like, yo, look, I need a gun to take up to college, because they pulling out guns. You know what I mean? I'm still thinking that same mentality. So that same day I go get the gun, I'm hanging out with the homeboys because I missed them, or whatever, I get caught with the gun. You know what I mean? Now, my student ass is on Rikers Island in the 4 building. Man, the 4 building was crazy. But I wound up getting bailed out. So, that's like I said, I always still had this passion for music. I always got right back to my music and always wanted to rap. I had a chance to go back to college, but I said, fuck that. I'm going to stay in the hood. I'm going to sell these drugs. Whatever. I made those choices for myself in life. I made that choice. Fast forward, I'm 18 years old now. I wind up, like I said, I'm gang banging. You know what I mean? Now I'm Blood. And the Crip walked through the block, and he got on a blue flag on his head. And he like, yo, I knew him though, he's from my building. I'm like, you know this Blood block, take that shit off. I'm gonna smack the shit out of him. So he took it off, he went upstairs, and he comes back downstairs with his father. His father comes on the block, his father pulls out a knife. That's 1,000 bucks up there. Long story short, he get his ass beat, now I'm locked up for 10 murder. I'm 18 years old. I'm right back on the island. I was just there last year. I'm right back on Rikers Island for 10 murder. But I wound up beating the charge because the guy, I go to court one day, I'm not even expecting to come home. And my lawyer tells me, yo, you're going home today. The guy's not coming to court. So I wound up going home. And like a week later, I said, I made a decision. I'm like, yo, I want to change my life. So I said, yo, I'm going to go get a job. I go get a job. I go look for the job. And the day that I decided to look for a job, I hear people screaming in the middle of the street. I'm looking in the newspaper. They send me downtown. I'm downtown looking for jobs. And everybody's screaming. I run in the middle of the street, and the fucking Twin Towers is on fire. I'm like, oh shit, Twin Towers. So then I'm like, yo, I'm going home. So I'm thinking like, damn, I don't know what's going on. I'm thinking they bombing downtown. I'm like, I'm going home. Everybody's still screaming. I walk back into the middle of the street. And the building is falling. I'm like, oh, wow. 2001, 9/11. Only day I ever in my life was go look for a job, that happened. I said, yeah, this ain't me. I'm just never going to get a job. Like, after that, I'm like, nah, I ain't doing it. But I always had this passion for music. Still, always went to the studio. And then, like a year later after that, we started a rap group called Kings of the Castle. You know, we was doing real good. We in record labels, you know, they was taking interest into us. A whole lot of stuff, you know. It was just, we was doing our little shows around the city. We posted stickers everywhere. We was selling a lot. That's when CDs was popping. We sold a lot of CDs. We was really popping. But once again, this is like, let's fast forward 2005. I wound up in the hood. I wound up getting into, somebody shot at my man in the daytime. Really had nothing to do with me, but that's my man. You know, and then I'm drunk and shit. It's nighttime. They say, oh, there you go. I jumps out the window. I'm always the front line nigga, you know. I jumps out the window, and I try to shoot him. You know, I chase him down, and I got caught for it, basically. Now I'm back on Rikers Island. This time I copped out because Castle Hill got cameras, so I'm on camera like this, and my lawyer said, look at you, what you want to do? I said, all right, he said, get you a year. I took a year. I'm on Rikers Island. Now I come home. So from 2006 to 2008, I'm just doing the music, hard body. No, I'm still in the streets though. I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out, dibbling dabbling. But then in 2008, I started a rap group called Bang Bang Boogie. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It was with me, Lil Tariq, Cuban Link, my son, my brother S1. We started this rap group. You know, we was buzzing crazy. 50 Cent was co-signing us. We on radio, whole Bronx feeling the movement. But you know, my past is it's like you can't have one foot in, you can't have one foot out. You know, you just can't do it. It's just not gonna work. It ain't gonna work for nobody, and you can't defeat a system that works 24/7 to lock you up. It's just not gonna happen. So I'm thinking I'm slick, and I actually quit. Like, you know what? Fuck the streets. You know, we got 50 Cent pushing us. And in 2008, August, we was featured in a Billboard magazine. A week later, they indicted us. They indicted my whole projects. It was 25 of us, and now I'm facing 15 to life. It ain't no more. And now, come and go. In 1 year, 15 to life. Top charge, conspiracy in the 1st degree. I'm locked up for that. Conspiracy in the 2nd degree. Conspiracy in the 3rd degree. Conspiracy in the 4th degree. And 4 shootings. Those are my charges. So it was then when I really sat down. I'm like, hold on, like something got to change. Like, you know, I always had, like I said, I always had that passion for music. I keep bringing that up because I want y'all to understand the importance of pursuing your passion. You know, your passion is aligned with your purpose. You know what I'm saying? When you pursue your passion, it's like everything conspires in your favor. It's going to, like, you know, but we always want to stray away from that because we go through our little struggles or whatever it is. Like, you know, things that we think we want it and we want it. So that's how I live, you know. But anyway, I'm sitting on Rikers Island now, and there was this book called Your Magic Powers to Be Rich. My friend brought it to me, and like something told me in my mind, like, yo, if you ain't going home until you read this book. And I just kept it there for like 2 months, and I opened it. I'm like, you know what? Let me read this book. And it's by Napoleon Hill. I don't know if you ever heard of Napoleon Hill. He's a great author. And he's talking about the secret. I'm like, the secret? What is this? So I'm reading the book, and then my man is like, yo, you ever read the book called The Secret? Anybody ever heard of The Secret? The book already? That book changed my life. So once I read that book, you know, I really decided, like, you know what? I was living like I could die any day. Now I'm like, nah, I want to live. You know what I'm saying? I'm in jail. I don't know when I'm coming home. I lost everything. They took all my money. I lost my girl. She got my car riding around with other niggas, violating. Like, for real, like, you gotta imagine how I felt. My 2 kids out there, she won't bring them to see me. She don't let nobody bring them to see me. But you know what? Like, I just really just focused on myself. Like, I'm in jail, and you know I'm still who I am, but I wasn't in there game banging. Like, for real, like, anybody that was in there with me could tell you, like, Hocus was just calm and collected. He was chilling. Matter of fact, I was educating more than I was doing anything else because you can't come around me with that ignorance. Like, nah, I'm in here for that. So, The Secret, man, The Secret, that's the book that changed my life. Basically, The Secret teaches us that it's the law of attraction. You know, it's basically we create our own realities. That's the secret. We use our thoughts to create our own realities. You know what I'm saying? Basically, how I put it, anything that goes into the subconscious mind must manifest. You know, why you think these big corporations, they pay for advertisement? You know, a lot of times we think that we like the things we like, but we are being manipulated really through these big corporations, through media, through the news, and whatever. Basically, so we create our own reality. It basically teaches that it's no person or God in the sky creating this for you. People like, oh God, why? No, it's you with your thoughts. Because had I made the decision just to stay my stupid ass in college, I'd have never came back and got that gun. I would have never went to jail that time. I don't know where I would have been at that point. You know, had I made my own decision not to join that game, who knows where I would have been at that point, you know? So basically, we create our own realities. That's basically it. So now that I'm understanding this, look, I want to say this. I'm not a religious person, but I am a spiritual person. Like, I think we all are spiritual beings having a human experience here, right? So I want to say, like, I look at God like a energy source, you know, like everything is energy. Everything from the chair, the table you're looking at, to your skin, to everything. Everything is energy. This whole world is energy. So God is the biggest energy source, right? And you might say, like, well, hope, you know, man was created in God's image. Isn't that, you know, ain't we made in God's image? Which I would say, yeah, we are made in God's image. But if you look up the definition of the word image, it means simile or metaphor. And the metaphor is that we got the creative ability, like we create our own realities using our minds, putting the thoughts out there match with the feeling. This is what the secret teaches. This is what's taught in secret societies. This is what's taught in ancient cultures. It's just that, you know, it's been lost. That's why Rhonda Byrne made the book The Secret, or the documentary The Secret. You know, so either way, the law of attraction is working, whether you believe it is or not, or whether you are consciously doing it or not. Somebody's creating your reality for you if you ain't creating your own. So how do you create your own realities? By your thoughts. You monitoring your thoughts. It's you. You gotta basically put those thoughts into your subconscious mind. Like I said, whatever goes in the subconscious mind, it must manifest. This is a universal law. This is not something that I made up. This is something that, you know, a lot of people know, and a lot of coaches been preaching to their coaches, you know. But anyway, once I learned that, and I read that book, and also it just led me down a path. I just kept ordering books after book, just kept reading and educating myself. But once I read that book, it let me know that I had the creativity to create my own reality. I knew I was coming home. Like, so let's fast forward to my trial. Now I'm sitting there, and I'm like, all right, I consciously picked those jurors, man. Like, I did it. You know, I'm sitting there talking to the judge, talking to the jury even, telepathically. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not up to y'all, it's up to me. I create my own reality. You understand? So I'm sitting there, and basically I was acquitted on all charges. On all 4 conspiracies, and on all 4 shootings. And I think that's the basis of why, you know, why and how I got here, and why I'm home, and why I'm doing successful in doing music or whatever I do. Whatever I choose to do, people follow. Well, even when I was in the street, you know, just like I'm just a natural leader. But my focus is more positive now. And this is August 5th. I open up for DMX. Just a whole bunch of good stuff just falling in line for me. Before I got locked up, I was also overweight. I became a vegan. I started studying and learning about a whole bunch of different things, and that's basically the message that my life has, that I have to give to people in my life. Like, we create our own realities, man. It's like, you gotta just, you know, match the feeling with the thought. All you gotta do is think it. It's simple. You know, whether you believe it or not, like I said, the law of attraction is working. It's always working for you. Always. You think about, like, yo, you stub your toe in the morning, you like, the day go bad for you because you thinking them thoughts. The whole day go bad. But, you know, you wake up and smile, the whole day go good. You can attract the person, the relationship you want, the job you want, anything you want, you can do it. It's simple. You know, this is why, like I said, this is why I feel like I already know that I'm going to be whatever I want to be, rich, famous, whatever it is, you know. But I think my real, like I said, your passion aligns with your purpose. My real purpose in life is more to be of service to others. I think that's all of our purpose, really. You know, I love what SOS and you guys are doing. I even stopped listening to this. I don't know if you know my man Gilly. He had work with y'all. I said he got the bang bang boogie t-shirts and all that. Right, yeah, right. Gilly was a part of the movement with us. You know, I stopped the incident from happening in Caswell because some kid was trying to jump another kid over some Facebook shit. That's what's crazy. It was exactly what's Facebook. Nah, nah, it wasn't him. It wasn't him. I swear I knew he was. I remember the kid sweating. Hold on. But I just hope my life, you know, could be a testimony to others to show that you can do it, because, I'm really literally had to tell you about my life because I'm literally feel like I know I'm from the bottom. Like, I come from nothing. Nothing. I come from nothing where I had nothing. But I attracted it into my life now. I'm doing kind of good for myself, you know, as far as my career goes. As far as my relationships go now, I'm but not too good on that. But his relationships, I didn't mean male, female. People. I attract the right people around me. You see, my team, I got, you know, Took is one who was, we came up together, we grew up together. He was out there with me. He'll tell you, he's been through similar situations, you know. Man, Dreadfeet's good, great dude. He's been through similar situations in the past. You know, I'm in Q-Banger back there also. So that's basically that.
Okay, so,
I just
well,
want to let y'all know.
to open it up to everyone who's here to see if they have questions for
Oh,
Hocus,
yeah.
anything that they would like to ask him, because I think this is a good time. Yes.
Quick question, right? With everything you've been through, trials and tribulations, you know what I'm saying, the sense of hopelessness you may have felt while you was in prison, can you just give everyone in here, and especially the youth council SOS, one word or one sentence, brother, when you don't have a felony?
When you don't have a felony?
As far as catching that felony and then trying to fight back and make society accept you to the extent that they're going to.
I'll kind of go back to what I was just saying as far as like, I personally believe that we create our own realities, that having a felony can't stop you from pursue your passion. I believe that when you're pursuing your passion and you are in the path of enlightenment and you're working in the service of others, that it's going to come to you. Like those circumstances will come to you. It's up to you to take action. You know, like the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, is going to deliver them circumstances. It works every time as long as you believe that it's going to happen. No, not even, it's beyond belief, it's more of a knowing. Like, I know that this is going to happen. If you can match that feeling with that thought, then anything that you want to do, I can't tell you the how, because the how is not up to us. The how is up to God or the universe or whatever you want to call it. That's what the how is. Like you could say, I want $1 million, but we was taught to believe that we got to go work hard for that $1 million. We gotta grind and we gotta go get a job. It's not true. You can hit the lotto. Who knows how you gonna achieve? You could inherit it. You know what I'm saying? But if you match that feeling with that thought, that you will attract that into your life. You will. I mean, I don't know if I answered your question.
No, you did.
Okay.
You did. Because I tell them that all the time. Like, just like you said, things are always going to come your way. It's on you to mentally guard that situation and not get caught up in that situation. Give that situation energy to the point where now it is affecting your life. So yes, you did it.
Right, like I said, everything is energy. If you get the negative energy, you feeding it. So you will attract that. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Like I said, the law of attraction is always working. You will always attract the things into your life, no matter what it is. The people, the circumstances, every single time. It's good or bad. We look at things as good or bad. Things are not really good or bad. It's just, you know, if you put that negative thought out there, you're going to get that. It's just simple.
I have a question.
Yes.
What other tools, like, do you think helped you to stay on the right course, on the right path? Like, there's other things that we need to possess in order to achieve. So it's not just drive, right? There's this sense of humility. There's this sense of respect, right? There's this sense of, you know, a good attitude and how you approach people. That, you know, again, it is about the energy, but
I got you. No. That's a good point right there, because the only thing, because a lot of times we get into thinking and we try to control people, you know, all things, you know, we really have no control. The only thing you have control of in this world is your self-control. That's the only thing. You have no control over anything else. You know, you can create circumstances, but you can't make things happen. You gotta practice humility. Practicing humility is just like, and showing gratitude is the two keys to not just success, to anything you want in life.